everyone prospers, because your dad might get a job to a business locating in downtown Columbia as a result of this project, or everyone benefits. Even if you don't live in Columbia, we all benefit from a strong Columbia. And so just looking, well, I guess pun is intended. The $1 million question is how you're going to fund it. Everything has a price tag. I assure you, this is not cheap. But the thing you have to look at is when we have to determine is what's the long-term benefits. Will it pay for itself over time? Because you obviously have to invest money to make money. I mean, if you start a business, you're not going to do it for free. You have to put money into it and hope for a return. And I can tell you just from my point of view, not from a council standpoint, I think this will transform downtown Columbia and be very exciting. But I don't know how we pay for it. I'm sure we'll come up at some point.
Andrew, what effect does more aggressive policing have on crime reduction? Is it more aggressive policing more effective on crime reduction than more aggressive prosecution?
Honestly, the biggest thing that I think we need to start doing is law enforcement is obviously very, very essential. I am supportive of law enforcement on council, but we need to start looking at the roots of the problem. And that is, we have a lot of young kids that don't have positive role models in their lives. And they have young kids who do not have positive role models in their lives, and the cycle continues. And if we can get to them young enough, and I'm trying to develop a program where we can use the county's parks, if we can put role models into young children's lives, then we can help them become productive, tax-paying citizens and avoid the lives of crime. And the problem that I see, again, being a solicitor, is once young people have a criminal record, for whatever reason, it's difficult to get a job. And so the cycle continues. If you have somebody who gets in trouble for drugs, and they've got drugs on their record, it's tough to get hired. And they might have 3 kids that are screaming because they're hungry. Well, and they can't get a job somewhere to make ends meet, so what do they end up doing? This isn't always, but they might go back to a life of crime. And so the cycle, we need to start focusing on the front end. And we need to get everyone who's doing something working together instead of piecemealing it, where no one's working together. You know, we have a lot of different organizations that are trying to do something, but no one's on the same page. And so I'm actually, my calendar day, I'm actually emailing the lady who's helping me, who's done great work with Ben Arnold, Boys and Girls Club. One of my things is check in with her. She's helping me develop a program. I have on that later. I'm going to email her to see where we're at. But I'd like to get a good program together, go to city council and county council, see what we can do. So to me, it's not more aggressive prosecution. It's more of doing things on the front end rather than just keep putting a Band-Aid on the real problem.
I have a question off of that, if you don't mind.
Yeah.
Because I love that idea. Right now, do you have some sort of like a comprehensive database where it would be online, where people could go and see all the organizations and maybe even consider holding like some sort of a summit and having all these different leaders come and sit down together?
Yeah, you could definitely do that. We can definitely find out who's doing what and where. I mean, churches, organizations, things like that. But I don't believe there's an online database, but county staff can get that for me. And that's part of the things that I want to look into. And one of the specific things is, if you go to some of our parks, not all of them, I'm sure, but to me, I go around to some of the parks, and a lot of them aren't really being used. And so I feel like there's facilities in place that parks are usually surrounded by neighborhoods where we can get something going after school hours and get the kids there and have the cooperation of the school board. We know the school board knows who the students are, law enforcement knows who the students are, things of that nature. If we can get into the schools and make it fun. If someone wants to be a Pop Warner football, they can't afford the fee, let's try to find a way to make that happen. Because sports can be a great outlet. I mean, I can't tell you the times I've sat, I love sports, and the times I've sat in the courtroom and saw an individual, young, pleading guilty to a serious offense, and just looking at his bill and being like, man, that guy could have been a defensive end for South Carolina. Or, a star athlete, you know, in the NFL. I mean, he's got, you know, but instead he's going to jail for armed robbery, you know, and so I feel like sports would be a good outlet. But I am working on that, and that was one of my ideas when I spoke with the ladies that's helping me with this, is to get everybody on board. And I do realize it's a lot more difficult. It's easier to say it than to put in practice because everyone's got, maybe certain entities have an agenda, and if you're not, they don't foresee whatever you're trying to bring together as furthering their agenda. It could be a problem, but I'm going to try to do my best. So.
I think that would be great collaborative effort.
Oh, absolutely.
I'll be glad to help.
Yeah, and it's, I'll take you up on that. And it's going to, but we need the city council, we need county council, and the school board, and law enforcement. It's going to take all that, and I really do on my phone have to check in to see where our phone's at. So, any other questions?
My name is Chelsea. Research shows that incarcerated individuals who maintain contact with supportive family members have better outcomes, such as stable housing and employment, when they return to the community. What is County Council doing to help individuals draw these social supports?
Let me hear that question one more time. Is this after? Okay, go. Say it one more time, please.
Research shows that incarcerated individuals who maintain contact with supportive family members have better outcomes, such as stable housing and employment, when they return to the community. What is County Council doing to help individuals draw these social supports?
I guess the key to your question, the most important couple words, was maintain contact with family members. And that infers that they have some support out there, some family structure. And so I guess that ties into what I was just saying, is that in my experiences at the solicitor's office, we have a large segment that do not have the support, the family structure that you just spoke about. Because the whole question, those couple words, was at the heart of it. And so I guess that was something I ran on, was to say we're not doing enough. County Council's not doing enough. Let's develop a program. Let's get everybody on the same page. So in my view, we're not doing enough. And that's why I'm trying to get something going. But, you know, you have to, you kind of, I guess the lawyer, you look for the words, the whole question, and you narrowed it in right there. And that's the family support. And that's why somebody might be successful, because when they get out, they might have somewhere to go, a mom that cares, that says, come and stay with me, we got to get you right, did you learn your lesson? The problem lies where they do not have that structure. So that's why. You come out, you don't have somewhere to live, and you've been selling drugs, and you need money because you can't get a job, and your kid, and you don't have a roof over your head. Well, you can see the dilemma there. I can go back to what I was doing and have some money, or I can wander the streets and, you know. So I think I answered that one well. Anyone?
I'm Taylor again. How significant of a problem do the schools in your district have with teenagers that are chronically absent or truant? What leadership role should the county council take to develop effective, non-punitive alternatives for teenagers to re-engage them in school?
Well, the thing